West of the Warwick homestead and south of the castle is the Atom Cats Garage. This is the headquarters of the coolest cats in the game, the Atom Cats. The Atom Cats like to walk around in their customized suits of T-60 power armor. The complex is split between an abandoned Red Rocket fueling station and a repair garage. Inside the repair garage, we find a cool cat named Roxy, who gives us the lowdown on all the members of the Atom Cats.
I'll tell you what's what with the Atom Cats. Zeke's the boss, started this whole outfit. And well, I just dare you to find a cat cooler than Zeke.
Zeke is the leader and founder of this notable gang. He's a proponent of everything hip and cool, and completely against anything square.
Hey, check out the chassis on you. Whoa, your plates have got me cranked. The name's Zeke.
Plates?
Power armor. I like a cat who digs what I dig, and the Atom Cats dig power armor.
I'm hip.
Hey, that's more like it, Jack. We wear our power armor with style. Not like some other deadheads around. Remember, Jack, as an Atom Cat, you are a beacon of cool in a world of not cool. Been thinking about trying something new with my hair, but why mess with perfection? I wish I'd been around before the world blew up, Jack. Back then, cats really knew about cool.
As much as he loves power armor, he doesn't have very sophisticated knowledge of it. He doesn't know that power armor sinks and doesn't swim.
Maybe I should, I don't know, put another race on. Oh, it could be underwater. An underwater power armor race. Zeke, you are a genius.
Blue Jay does sales. Anything to buy or sell that isn't power armor, he's got it covered.
Blue Jay isn't wearing power armor, but he does have a nice collection of wares.
We got junk that'll make you want to jive. Want to take a look?
What's new around here, Jack?
Heard the Brotherhood of Steel flew in on that ugly hunk of junk blimp or whatever. Those deadheads don't know the first thing about power armor. Not like the cats do.
Duke and Johnny D keep their peepers open for bad news cats who want to mess with our digs.
You don't see Duke's face, he's got his helmet on, but he walks around in his slick suit of power armor looking rather dashing.
Oh, nuts. Poetry night is coming up again. I'm not ready. I've got this idea. Hear me out. A suit of power armor with a jetpack on the back. Well, it's a far out idea, but
You also have a chance to find Duke wandering around the wasteland in a random encounter, whereupon he'll tell you about the Atom Cats Garage and mark it on your map. Johnny D walks around without his helmet on.
Takes a lot of work and grease to get your hair like this, Jack.
And he seems to be getting a little tired of Zeke talking about how awesome Zeke is.
I'm not tired of Zeke winning everything all the time.
No, not tired at all.
Rowdy handles the power armor mods. She's also the coolest chick I know. Usually hangs out in the garage.
You find Rowdy in the Red Rocket truck stop. She's a great little merchant that sells you power armor pieces. She even has a low chance to sell you XO1 pieces of power armor. The chance is incredibly low, so your best bet is to just go and find some in the wasteland. Rowdy is very grateful that she found the Atom Cats because in a past life, she was a raider.
Used to run with a raider gang a while back. Just didn't know any other way, you know? Well, one time a raid went wrong and I was left for dead on a highway somewhere. Zeke and his boys found me while looking for spare parts. Took me in, fixed me up, and showed me I could make better use of my skills. Now I stay, because I know these knuckleheads wouldn't leave me like that.
There's also an iBot flying around named Peepers. These cool cats at the Atom Cats Garage refer to eyes as Peepers. So we can assume that Peepers the iBot is some sort of security system or reconnaissance bot. And finally, we have Roxy, the newest member to the Atom Cats gang, but she's adopted the lingo and seems to be fitting in as a cool Atom Cat.
And then there's me, the newest Atom Cat, Roxy. Got it all memorized, Jack?
The garage is fairly small, but it's a fun little place to explore. Inside the garage, you find the unarmed bobblehead being used as a hood ornament for the Chrysler Corvaga jacked up in the middle. In the back, we find a big tank with a bunch of beer bottles nearby. I don't know if this is a keg that they're using to dispense beer, or maybe it brews beer for the Atom Cats. I think it's a really cool idea for the Atom Cats to have their own beer distillery inside the garage. The outside looks pretty well fortified, and there are a series of catwalks winding throughout the cars and atop the roofs of both buildings. In the very back of the garage, you find a trailer. Inside the trailer, on a desk, we find Hot Rodder issue number 2, which gives us the Shark custom paint job for power armor. You can actually get 2 different power armor paint jobs here at the Atom Cat's garage. Talking with Rowdy, she'll sell you instructions on how to create the Atom Cat's custom paint job. It is a bit pricey. This trailer appears to be Zeke's private trailer. The terminal is filled with Zeke's personal notes. Inside, we learn that he's writing like a manifesto about himself and his cool cat philosophy. The soul of his philosophy is to teach other people the way of cool. He seems a bit full of himself. I'm not sure if we can believe everything in this terminal, but if it's all true, then we can learn that he was born in a tiny leather jacket, of course, that he grew up in Diamond City. He says that diamonds are really just tilted squares. Ugh, yes. He's a great mechanic. He once fixed up a vertibird, but then crashed it in the ocean. But he uses his mechanic chops to fix up pieces of power armor. He thinks that power armor is, quote, the cat's meow. He founded the Atom Cats in this garage after single-handedly slaying a group of feral ghouls that inhabited it. He rescued each of the members of his Atom Cats crew from their, as he puts it, bad news lives. If Rowdy's past is at all similar to the past lives of the other Atom Cats members, then we can assume that he rescued them from poverty, living with raiders and gunners, and has, on the whole, made their lives a whole lot better. He seems to genuinely love these people as if they're his own family. He says, I love this kooky crew, but then he gets kind of mad at himself. He doesn't want to get too sappy. And finally, we learned that there was another member of this crew called Eamon Andy, but sadly, he was killed. We don't know how. Maybe he was killed by gunners or raiders. But he was also a mechanic because he fixed up the jukebox that plays in the Atom Cat's garage. Strangely enough, the radios that are playing in this garage don't have the same synchronization as Diamond City Radio. So for example, you could have your Diamond City Radio playing on your Pip-Boy, walk up to one of the radios in the Atom Cat's garage, and 2 different songs will be playing. That's not true of any of the other radios in the game. So I suppose we can assume from this that Aim and Andy happened to find old tapes of the same music that is played at Diamond City Radio. There are 3 holotapes in this garage. The first is found in the trailer. It's called Cat's Poetry Night.
Alright, cats. I call this one Metal Heart. Metal legs, metal arms, metal heart. Tool of war, tool of peace, tool of art. I get into my suit, and I strut through the wastes. No fear. Untouchable. The flames on my suit burning, rising, glowing. The flames are hot, but I am cool. I walk, I run, I ride. My hands are strong. I am a man. No, more than a man. Because, man, I have a metal heart. Thank you.
Wow. Dear Lord. The second one is in the garage on the counter near the bar.
I wrote this one about this thing that happened to me the other day. I call it Hard Shell. It's all me. A walk on the beach. Doing my thing. Staying cool. A thing breaks the surface of the dark water. A pair of claws under a dome of gnarly shell. I'm caught. Off guard. Beady little eyes look at me from deep within the shell. Beady little eyes, full of hunger, full of rage. I pull out my gun and shoot. But the bullets only off that crusty shell. Those beady eyes narrow as the shell devil grows angrier and angrier. He comes at me faster than before. A bullet finds its way through a crack in the dome. The demon the eyes close. I reap the spoils from the kill. And I think this thing and I, we are kind of the same. For I, too, am soft meat under a hard shell. Thank you.
All right, well, I think Zeke's was maybe a little bit better. And the third is inside the Red Rocket truck stop in the room in the back next to the bed.
I'm Rowdy. And I wrote this poem.
You're doing fine. What's it called?
It's called An Ode to My Hammer.
You got this, Rowdy.
An ode to my hammer, so heavy and nice. I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Oh, Rowdy, come back. Can someone turn off the recorder?
Well, at least they were cheering her on. The Atom Cat's garage is a power armor haven, especially if you're an evil character. You can steal all sorts of suits of power armor here. There's a power armor frame in the Red Rocket truck stop that you can steal, and there's a full suit of T-60 power armor sans the helmet, complete with an Atom Cat's paint job on display behind some laser tripwires. You can disarm the tripwires without turning the entire garage hostile, but taking any of the power armor is considered stealing. At the end of one of the catwalks, we find a small circular rug. On top of it is a Vault-Tec lunchbox and a toy alien, and a pillow. It kind of looks like a dog's bed or something, but there are no dogs here. Could this be a little bed made for Peepers? That's the only thing I could think of, and if so, I think that is absolutely adorable. The Atom Cats are so nice that they make a little bed for their pet robot. Now, the Atom Cat's garage is located really close to Quincy. We all remember that Quincy used to be the home of Sturge's Mama Murphy and the Long family before it was taken over by Gunners. Inside Quincy Church, we find Sturge's terminal, and in the terminal, we learn that Sturge's is good friends with the guys over at the Atom Cat's garage, which makes a bit of sense when you take a look at him. Sturge's does look a bit like Zeke. Sturge's and Zeke share a love of tinkering with power armor. The Quincy terminal tells us that Sturge's was working on a couple suits of power armor for the defense of Quincy before it was taken over by the Gunners. Once the Gunners took over Quincy, they took ownership of the power armor and fixed it up. So it's very likely that the power armor we find Lieutenant Clint wearing at Quincy actually came from the Atom Cat's garage. But where did the Atom Cats get all of their power armor to begin with? Well, we really don't know, but just behind the Atom Cat's garage is a wrecked military convoy barge that's guarded by a military-issue handy robot. It's possible that Zeke salvaged these suits of power armor from the shipping containers that were on that barge. The only thing I don't understand is why the military-issue handy robot would still be around. We know that the T-60 suit was created by the United States military before the bombs dropped in 2077, but it was relatively new. It was gradually replacing the T-51 suit. So if there was to be power armor being shipped on a military convoy, it likely would have been T-60. The only other place the Atom Cats could have gotten it was from the Brotherhood of Steel, which does manufacture their own distinct T-60 sets. But since you can gain access to the Atom Cats garage before the Brotherhood even arrive in the Commonwealth, my best bet is that they came from the convoy barge. This whole Atom Cat's crew is a clear reference to greaser culture from the 1950s. Greasers were meticulous about their hair, they wore leather jackets, and they loved their cars. Yeah, there are a lot of cars here at the garage, but they're all rusted and wrecked. The car of the Fallout universe, of course, is gonna be the power armor. You can tinker with it, you can paint it, you can fix it up, you can attach mods, so it makes perfect sense. These guys are basically greasers, and they love their vehicles, the vehicle of choice being power armor. Now, the Atom Cats are not exclusive. You are welcome to join their ranks to be inducted into the Way of Cool under the tutelage of Master Zeke. But to do so, they have a few tasks for you. Before you can join, you need to do a good deed.
So what's your tale, Nightingale? You want a ticket to Fat City?
Fat City.
Fat City is a state of mind. Get with us, and you'll get with it. If you think you got the chops to be an Atom Cat, you gotta be able to stretch your stuff. check with my girl Rowdy. She'll have something for you to get your bread hooks on.
Zeke refers you to Rowdy. Rowdy gives you the lowdown.
Saw you over there gabbing with Zeke. What's the story?
Something about bread hooks?
Bread hooks, you know? Hands? What a square. I've been putting off hauling myself over the pond to work for this, but now you get to do it. This here's something I've been fixing up, part of the pump system at work. Thing was clogged up like Zeke after one too many cans of cram. I want you to go to the pump shed there and install it.
Now, you may have already discovered the Warwick Homestead, especially if you have sided with the Institute. The Warwick Homestead plays a central role in the Institute questlines. But either way, whether you've discovered it or not, you can head on down to the Warwick Homestead and complete the quest. In a little shack just outside the fence, right up against the side of the water treatment plant, you find the water pump, which you can then repair. Once done, head over to June Warwick and tell her the good news. You can usually find her farming.
I saw you working in the pump shed over there. Are you with the Atom Cats?
Correct, Daddy-O.
You guys are adorable. So is that pump all fixed up now?
Why do you need that pump working?
Ugh, this place used to be a sewage treatment plant. You probably figured that from the smell. Well, if we can get that pump up and running, we can flush out the system and hopefully get some of this stink out of the tubes. Maybe someday this will do the farm some good. The Atom Cats have been such a great help to us. You must be hungry. Here, take some food back with you. And please, send Zeke my thanks.
Head on back to Rowdy and tell her that everything is done, and we learn that the kindly Warwick family helped the Atom Cats out when they first founded the Atom Cats Garage.
Oh, all done?
Yeah. And did you know about the terrible smell over there? Phew.
Why you think I've been putting off going back over there? Seriously, who builds a farm at a sewage treatment plant?
That place was a real dump, huh? Thanks for taking care of our business there.
June said you guys help out at Warwick a lot.
When we found this place, they helped us get on our feet. Gave us food, didn't even ask for nothing back. And we've been cooking up a plan to get that pump working again so we can flush out that grody sludge. As a way to say thanks. Don't go spilling the beans that the Atom Cats have a heart or something. So she had the skills to spiff up the Warwick pump. Should we rustle her jimmies with something else?
Crap! We got gunners coming in hot!
Gunners! Not again. Atom Cats, let's stomp!
Gunners interrupt you and attack the Atom Cats Garage. They ask you to help defend. They come from all sides, so it may take a little bit of running around to find each gunner and to dispatch them. They also make heavy use of grenades, so get your stim packs ready. When done, all of the cool cats breathe a huge sigh of relief, and Zeke thanks you.
Gunners! Those wet rags keep trying to get their mitts on our suits. But you, Jack? You slayed! Because of you, we didn't lose a single cat today.
So, no more tests.
No tests. I can see your choice material and a friend of the Atom Cats. You have full reign of our digs. And, I can get you hooked up with a little discount around here, yeah? Finally, the holy grail for anyone who knows what's cool in the Commonwealth. Your very own Atom Cats jacket. Wear it well, Jack.
Sadly, the greatest casualty that you're likely to experience from this attack is the death of Peepers. I went through this battle 5 or 6 times, trying to kill the gunners fast enough to spare the life of Peepers, but each and every time he died. This is likely due to the fact that my character was level 47 or 48 when I went to the Atom Cats Garage. Since enemies in the game level with you, all of the gunners that attacked were really high level. But some NPCs, like settlers for example, and this Eyebot, don't actually level with the character, which means that they're always going to be very low level. It's likely that poor Peepers was killed from a grenade blast. If you were to go to the Atom Cats Garage at a really early level, he might have a chance at surviving. You are now an official Atom Cat, and as a reward, Zeke gave you Zeke's Jacket and Jeans, which is a unique Atom Cat's outfit. Wear it proudly, Jack. And now that you're an official Atom Cat, you would think that many of the objects in the garage are no longer owned. At least that's the way it works at many of the settlement farms that you visit. For example, when you find Finch Farm, everything inside the house is owned by the Finch family, but once it becomes a settlement, you have access to it. But sadly, that's not the case here. Even when you become an official Atom Cat, all of the objects in this garage, including the power armor, is still owned by the faction, so you can't take any of it. Additionally, there's no bed that you can sleep in. All of the beds are owned as well. I thought it would be fun to join the Atom Cats and do an entire Atom Cat playthrough. Maybe turn the Atom Cat's garage into my character's home, because there are plenty of workbenches around, but without the ability to create your own bed, and with all beds being owned, sadly that's impractical. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is the full story of the Atom Cats and the Atom Cats garage. This left me wanting more from Zeke and his cool Atom Cats Jack. They clearly want to do good for the Commonwealth, and they sure would be a fun faction to do it with. I love lighthearted moments like this in the game, where Bethesda really shows off its sense of humor. What did you think of the Atom Cats garage, ladies and gentlemen? Have you found it yet? Were you able to keep Peepers alive after the gunner attack? Let me know in the comment section below. I read all of your comments and I use them as inspiration for my new videos. If you'd like to talk about the Atom Cats garage with the Oxhorn community on Discord, be sure to click the invitation link in the description of this video where you can join like-minded Fallout 4 lovers like yourselves. And if you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming one of my patrons on Patreon. Patreon subscribers gain access to a private channel on my Discord server as well as a bunch of other cool Oxhorn perks. But more than anything, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so glad you're watching this video today. Thanks for watching from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early with a brand new video.